Search and seizure operation on the Free State Provincial Government offices 2 years ago is now under scrutiny in the Free State High Court. Proceedings have yet to resume after the lunch break in the R25-million Nulane Investments criminal trial. The state calling its ninth witness, Dr. Takisi Masiteng. He's currently head of agriculture in the Free State. He went to his office to check some records. Masiteng's been grilled on the warrant police presented before calling for key pieces of evidence almost 3 years ago. Our reporter Erin Bates is monitoring the case. She joins us now. Erin, good afternoon to you. Masiteng testifying on supply chain management policies. What's important here?
Stephen, what's important here is what supply chain management policy was or wasn't in place in 2011-2012 when the Free State government decided to engage with Nulane Investments and get that feasibility study which paved the way for the Estina Dairy project or alleged scam with some 280 million rand of government funds at issue. And what we heard from Masiteng this morning is about a 2012 supply chain management policy which sets out when you can and can't skip bid processes, for example, if it's urgent or there's an emergency, and what needs to be done when engaging with consultants in order to do government work. A provision, for example, states that you need to ensure that you don't have the skills within a government department like the Free State Department of Agriculture before you go out looking for consultants to do certain work. So we had that testimony on supply chain management. Lungisani Daniel Muncher for the first accused, Peter Tabete, a former head of department, a forebear of Masiteng's, if you like, honing in on the fact that there seems to be no copy of a claimed 2009 supply chain management policy. And so what Masiteng said was one from 2004, which they do have on record, would have been the one in effect if this 2009 one was not available. And he certainly hasn't been able to find a copy of that one or show it to the state.
He's been asked about his statements and mention of another witness. Why is this important?
So this is important, Stephen, because time and again through cross-examination we see certain counsel for some of these 6 people accused in the state capture matter asking about the conduct of the Hawks, and especially a Colonel Mandla Mtolo, who seems to be a key figure in the Hawks team working on the state capture indictment or docket, you could say. And we do understand that Mtolo is one of the 35 state witnesses expected in this criminal trial. We heard that Masiteng had mentioned Shadrach Trezula, one of those supply chain management officials in the Free State government, in his statement. He said he did so based on the questions that Hawks members of the police were asking him. And there we saw Mancha again for Tabete hinting that this was again the police shaping to too great a degree the statements and evidence put forward by witnesses who are appearing in this criminal trial.
And the cross-examination, they haven't come back after lunch. What seems to be the delay?
So Masiteng had to go back to his offices to get hold of the warrant which allowed for that search and seizure in March of 2020. I believe it was the 19th of March, and during that, Mtolo and a colleague, says Masiteng, came to his office when he was in an acting role and asked for certain documents relating to the Nulane Investments engagements with the Free State government. It's advocate Kenny Oldwage, senior counsel for Dinesh Patel, who's only facing one charge, a charge of fraud in this case, as an alleged henchman or associate of the Guptas, who asked these questions about the warrant. And from what we understand, just eavesdropping a little bit, hearing counsel talking during that protracted lunch break, Stephen, it sounds like Oldwage believes that the case number used in order to execute that search and seizure, Stephen, was actually a case number for a different case and not for this Nulane investment matter. So it is possible that in the few minutes we've been chatting while I've been standing in the corridors here of the Free State High Court, proceedings have in fact resumed. Masiteng was sitting waiting in the witness box to move forward with cross-examination by Oldwage. But this issue of that search and seizure and how lawful and regular or not it was seems to be where proceedings are moving into this afternoon.
Erin Bates, thank you very much indeed for that update live from the High Court in Bloemfontein.